Hello, curl friends, it's Mickey B, and I am trying to be back. With my energizing and moisturizing series. Let me first start by saying Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. I hope you had a safe holiday season. And I trust that you went into the season with the proper mindset and came out with an even better mindset of what the true reason for the holiday was. Let's get started with today's session. And in the beginning of today's session, let me just get out of the way. I am going to do just for my energizing and moisturizing because we are in winter right now and I don't want to get sick and I don't want to go to bed with wet hair, too wet hair. So I'm just going to use some water and some olive oil. That's all I'll be using today, and I'll be using it in limited quantities, just enough to provide a little bit of moisture with the water and just a little bit of oil. That's all I've been doing. And then I'm going to show you how I apply my stretchers to keep my hair stretched. So that way it's kind of shrunk up a little right now, but it gives me more of this stretched look without having to apply any heat. Now I'm all kind of layered up because, like I said, it is winter. It is cold. I'm trying to keep my heater to a minimum because that electric bill is no joke if you run it just too much, just if you just abuse it. So let's see, it is 2:51 in the AM. That's probably backwards for you, I'm not sure, but it's 2:51. Oh, of course it went off. 2:51. Now 2:52. Anyways, you get the idea. I can never keep my arms steady enough to do that. So I just wanted to show you what time it was, just so you can see I have been adamant today about getting this done, and this is the first moment that I've had the opportunity to sit down and just come in here and take care of it, because I really want to try and get this up on Sundays. That's the day that I used to post these. I want to start off first as well, because I already said that, by letting you know that this is also going to be a giveaway in this video. And I have this cute little hair clip. Oh, it actually looks like this. It's the one I'll be using. I'm going to show you how I use it, but it's really cool. Here's the one that I'm giving away, and I'll be giving, I think I bought maybe 4 more. So for my next 4 sessions, I'll be giving one away each time. If I think I might have bought 6 or 5, I'm not sure, but however many I have until they run out in the next few sessions, I will be giving one away. But this I thought was so neat because it's plastic, number one, all plastic, and it has the comb in it. So when you open it up like that, you put your hair there and it holds it in, so it won't slide out like some of those clips can do, depending on how much hair you have clipped in them. This comb part allows the hair to lock in there, and then this comes down over and holds it in place. So I'm going to use this so you can see how I use it. And if you would like to win this one, then you can determine that after you see what type of ease I have in using it. Now, also, to get us back on track here, I've got everything I need all laid out down here. I've got my ceramic box with all my sayings in it, and we are going to pull a saying out, or I am going to pull a saying out, a quote, and start talking about it. Before I do that, and this should be the last before I do that, I just wanted to give you an update on what happened and why I just disappeared. While I do that, I guess I can go ahead and start getting my hair taken care of. Take off these earrings first. Look like I'm getting ready to fight somebody, huh? Give me some Vaseline. What is that Jill Scott says? Take my earrings off, give me some Vaseline. Alright, no, it won't be no World Star Hip Hop video tonight, sorry. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get my hair sectioned off. And I do want to move this phone because if it gets wet or falls or breaks, it is not going to be a good day. Okay. So what happened? Why did I disappear, fall off the face of the earth? Around the end of September of 2015, it was still hot, kind of the tail end of our summer. I believe I was actually in here doing my hair, and because my office is right on the other side of this door, I smelled something burning, and really strongly burning. I thought my house was on fire, something was going on, like there was some kind of electrical fire or something. And it was so fresh, like I could smell it, like I could tell it was in my office. So I walked into my office and it was like something was burning. I could smell it, and it was in my office. And so I was walking around smelling everything. This is just water that I'm dabbing on, by the way. So I was walking around smelling, trying to find out where the smoke smells or the burning, smoking smells coming from. But nothing was, I didn't see any flames or anything. And then when I went closer to my computer, the smell got really, really strong. But still, there was no fire. The computer was running. But the smell of smoke was so strong right there. To make a long story short, my computer burned out, literally. On the inside, it was burning out, I guess, as I was smelling it. And the reason I discovered it when I went to do something later, and the whole thing just froze up and then just wouldn't come on. And then that's when I really smelled the strong smoke smell and realized that's what it was. The computer couldn't be revived. It was pretty much dead. This had happened once before. Yeah, it happened. This was the second time that it happened. The first time it happened, the power supply burned out and I had to buy a new power supply. And that was in 2009. Not 2009, what am I saying? 2013 maybe? I had all the notes and everything, but I threw them away once I got rid of that computer system. And I tried to keep it so that when I made the video, I could be more specific. But so it was a couple years ago when it happened, because I had the sticky note, like I said, on my computer so I could keep track of my repairs. And that way I don't have to remember. Needless to say, the thing burned out. This was the second time. The computer was old. I purchased it 2009 originally. Basically, it was time to go. The only problem was it wasn't in the budget. The only problem, the big problem, is it wasn't in the budget. At that point, I contacted a computer repair person to see if maybe this thing could be repaired. But deep down, I'm thinking, is it really worth it to try and fix this thing again? How much time is it going to give me? To make a long story short, I ended up buying a new computer. I switched over to Apple. And Apples, Macs cost a pretty good penny when you don't have the money in the first place. But once I did my research, and I talked to my brother who's an IT person, but he doesn't live here in California. Let me just say, what I'm doing right now is I'm just finding my parts that are already in here. So I just realized I haven't used my clip yet to show you how I use it. So let's see, let me get that going so you can see how that just parted so easily. So my parts and sections are in there already. So I just take the rest of it like this. And I take the clip, see that? And I don't even mash it all the way. Just that much is enough and it stays. So I really like that. I don't have to worry about it falling or slipping out. I thought this was pretty cool. It's like a comb and a clip at the same time. But anyway, I talked to my brother and he convinced me that another PC was not the best investment. He convinced me to switch over to Apple. So I did after about a couple weeks after my old system died. I switched over to Apple. I think it was October 1st, somewhere along those lines, when I bought the new desktop, because I didn't get a laptop yet. I wanted to replace my desktop. I'll get a laptop down the road because I have several laptops. They're older, but they still work. So I felt like I'd rather go with the desktop because I use it for my business as well. And I'm just putting water and then oil. This is the oil, just so you know what I'm doing. I'm not using any utensils other than my clip, and I'm going to make this as quick as possible. So back to my story. I bought my Mac around the early October, and it was so much going on. I was crazy, a lot going on in my life with work, and I didn't have time to sit down and learn it the way I wanted it to. I thought it was going to be easier than what it was. And it is easy, but when you're distracted and you don't have time to really focus on something, sometimes you kind of make it harder in your mind than what it really is. And I think that's what I was doing. I just was not ready to sit down and learn. I just had so many things going on. When I did sit down and try to get a little editing done, it just seemed like, I watched a couple of tutorials, I went to a couple of their classes, but if you don't do it right away, it doesn't stick. And I'm coming from PC to a Mac, so it's like a whole nother everything. And I guess I allow that to intimidate me a little. And that's what happened. I fell off with my videos, and I actually had recorded some stuff that I was going to be putting out. I think that's what made me notice it when I went and found out that the thing was actually burnt out, was when I was going to edit another video, and that's when it died. And I was so disappointed because I felt like every time I feel like I get on a roll with something breaks down, and it's frustrating. So that was October. I took a couple classes at the Mac store, and then I saw some great tutorials on YouTube. I watched them, but the thing is, once you watch them or you take the class, you need to go do it, or else everything can easily be forgotten, especially if you're learning a whole new everything. And that's basically what happened with me once I learned a little bit, because it didn't seem difficult. But because I didn't use it right away, I couldn't remember now. How do I do that again? And what key is this for? And then getting used to the keyboard, I don't really like the keyboard that comes with it. So I'm still getting used to that thing. So basically all this time, I would play with it a little, and then I'd get distracted and go have to do something else, and then I'd forget what little bit I had learned, and making it a bigger deal in my head than what it really was. That was preventing me from sitting down and actually just getting it done. I mean, there was a lot going on, so that just prolonged everything. And I tried a few times to edit a video, but I couldn't follow it all the way through till the end. It was like I was running from it. I'm like, I gotta learn this. But I didn't want to take the time that was required to learn it because I felt like it was such a learning curve. Anyways, I finally sat down one night, almost 4 months later, and it took me a whole day, and I said, you know what, you need to figure this out. And even though I managed to get that giveaway video up that I will link in the description or somewhere in the video, if I can figure out how to do it. I will link that video, but I finally managed to get that video up. That was my first video that I completed, followed all the way through to the end, and managed to get it up on YouTube. So now I feel a little bit more confident in doing it. So I'm trying to keep it going and record more videos and give myself something else to upload and get on YouTube so that it becomes second nature to me, like my old system was. The learning curve sometimes sucks because it's like I have to think too hard and figure this out and figure that out, but this is a good time for me to do that, so that's why I'm trying to jump on it. What I also want to show you is how I keep my hair stretched now. I do these same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have been doing these same 9 twists, and I keep them stretched when I put them in there. And this is how I stretch them. I take my trusty pipe cleaners, and I take this section. I just use 4 pipe cleaners in total, and I just grab it, stick it under my thumb like that, twist, and then just slide my hand down and twist. Of course that came out. Every time you try to do something on camera, it never quite works out. Let's try it again. I hold it with my thumb like that, and then I twist it. And I don't do it too tight. You see how I pull it out a little? And once I get that locked in there, then I just slide it right down. And it's not gonna go all the way to the end. Wherever the pipe cleaner stops, that's where it ends. And it keeps the majority of my twist stretched so that the whole thing can't just stretch back up on itself like that. And then in the morning, I just untwist it like you saw in the last video, and put on one of my wraps, or just wear it out like you saw tonight, showing my silverback status, and keep it moving. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know what happened with my computer system and why I have been AWOL for so long. I was really kind of frustrated as well, trying to figure out how to get back on board with this whole thing, because sometimes learning new stuff can be intimidating, and I know I was making it a little bit of that for me. I was making it bigger than what it really was. Now on to the quote. Let me just section this piece out right here and put this side away. Clip it off. Okay, now this is the top one. All right, so let's read this quote. There's my glasses. Okay. It says, Lord, sometimes I feel inadequate to help those around me, but you have given me a resource no one else has to give, myself. May I give willingly to others and to you. I'll read it one more time. It says, Lord, sometimes I feel inadequate to help those around me, but you have given me a resource no one else has to give, myself. May I give willingly to others and to you. That's really cool, because a lot of times people feel like they can't help someone else because they don't have money or things to give. And in a lot of cases, that's not really what would help the situation. What would help the situation in a lot of cases when people are in need of something is you. They just want you, either your time, your love, your attention. you know, especially when we're talking children or people who are just hurting, and you're looking at them and you're thinking, man, I wish I could help. I wish I could do more. And you think you don't have the resources to do, because this society has us valuing money like that's the only way to help people. And so when you don't have money or possessions or stuff like that, you think that you have nothing to give, when in actuality what you do have to give is the most valuable resource, and that is yourself, your time, your attention, your focus. That is precious. That's something that nobody can give but you. Let's see. Oh, and then it says, may I give willingly to others and to you. So knowing that, when you realize that you are the most valuable resource and that you have value over any of the things that you thought you could not or you did not have to give someone, then give it willingly. Give it freely. Give it to others who can benefit from it, and then give it to God. And to me, the way you give it to God is just by serving others, because that's what He would have us all do, is to give to others, take the focus off of ourselves, and then we are all blessed in the process. One of the ways that I feel like I lived this particular quote today, is it a scripture? Yeah, it's just a quote, not a scripture. One of the ways that I feel like I lived this quote is, well, there's a couple ways. First of all, I volunteer every Tuesday at a food share program, and I go and we set up the food, and shoppers come in and shop, and we clean up everything. We monitor the tables. It's really quite cool. I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years now, and I have met a lot of cool people, and it's just me giving my time. Oh, the knot in here. It's just me giving my time, and it's really rewarding. And in return, I am blessed by this program, by the people that I have met there, the resources, like the networking type of things, finding out different information about things that can benefit me in other ways. And I get food. So it's a win-win. And the people are appreciative, the ones who come in and shop, and they're always thanking us for volunteering our time to keep the program running. And I also donate to the program as well. I don't donate a whole lot. They don't ask for a whole lot because the food is free, but sometimes they may need something repaired in the building where we're donating or where we're volunteering. And so they'll ask everybody for a couple of dollars. So, and I happily give that. And it's not a lot, but when everybody pitches in, they always somehow manage to get what they need. That's one way. Another way that I think I do this, in addition to my volunteering at the food share, but through my videos. You know, I'm always sharing myself in the sense of the knowledge that I have obtained, that I think that has benefited me, that I think can also benefit somebody else, or some little crafty device or something that I've put together that fulfilled a need for me in my life that I think somebody else could benefit from, and I take the time to do a video. Yeah, I think that's one way in which we give back. I try to keep things positive, giving of myself. So that's another way that I think that I give back. People appreciate when you do things to help them or to help make something in their life better, and you just do it freely. There's a lot of people who appreciate that. Everybody's not out to try and make money off of stuff. Because again, money is not always the answer to what is going to change someone's life. What was the other thing? It just slipped my mind as I was talking, but it was another example of another example is just simply listening to people when they need to talk. To me, that is priceless. Just giving someone support in their time of frustration or loss or need, sorrow, pain, whatever kind of pain. And sometimes people just need somebody to talk to. I work from home, and my customers, lots of times when they come over here, a lot of them walk through that door and they're frustrated, they've had a bad day, and a lot is going on sometimes with them. And I can pick up on their energy when they come through the door. And I just talk to them. I just get them to start talking. And when they say, what's going on? Oh, this happened today. I was running late and my boss said something or whatever. And I listen, and I always try to give them something positive to focus on versus this negative experience that they are allowing to ruin their day. I'm really good at that. That's just automatic. I don't like to dwell on negativity because there's going to be negativity every day of your life. There's always something negative you can focus on. You could either focus on that. On that same token, you can focus on the negative, or there's always something positive you can focus on as well. So you can focus on the positive or focus on the negative. So when people get caught up in that negative energy, I turn it around, and a lot of times I feel like a counselor sometimes because I have a real peacefulness about me because I'm a quiet spirit. I was, shy when I was younger, and there's still a shyness in me, but I can handle that. I can do a lot more than what I would have been able to do when I was younger because I was really quiet and shy. I don't let it prevent me from doing stuff like I did before. So when people come and they're all frustrated, I help them turn it around so that they don't continue to walk around with all that frustration. I remind them of the good things. And to me, that is a value that a lot of people appreciate because they're always thanking me and saying, I'm glad I came to you and I knew there was a reason that I came to you versus to somebody else. And I love when I hear that because I didn't give them anything tangible. I gave them I gave myself, is what I'm trying to say. I didn't give money. I didn't give things, no material things. I just gave my time, my attention. I listened, and I showed them something positive to focus on and calmed them down, and then they left happy. So that's another way that I honor this saying. And I'm sure that you guys can think of a lot of ways that you honor this saying. And might I add, anytime you honor this saying, you live your life according to this saying, it's a really good feeling. It's a feel-good feeling when someone tells you that I'm so glad that I talked to you or you shared this with me. And you didn't give them anything but yourself, and they value that sometimes more than anything you probably could have thought to have given them. So it's one of those things where, kind of like the circle of life, or the circle of blessing, paying it forward, giving of yourself, to me, definitely has way more value than just money, because that's something that will last with someone, because it's something that changes. It's a life-changing opportunity where you turn someone around or share something with someone and they go and it turns their life around, because that stays with them, versus giving somebody $50 or $100. They go and spend that, and a week or two later they don't even remember what they spent it on. It's not memorable. Things and money a lot of times are not memorable. They get old. They're temporary gratification. But giving of yourself and someone just appreciating you taking the time to do that, it holds way more value than, again, anything tangible. And I think that that's why we are encouraged to do this, because we get just as much out of it as the person that we're giving part of ourselves to. And that's how a lot of things in the Bible are set up. If you follow the rules or the commandments or the guidelines of the Bible, you will find that you win if you do. You're not losing. If you follow those guidelines that the Bible has in place for us, you just benefit. Your life gets better. You're not sacrificing anything. You're gaining and you're helping. So it's really, like I said, a win-win situation. So this is a great quote to live by and to apply into your life if you aren't already doing it. If you are already doing it, then you already know. And if you are doing it, maybe you can give me some examples in the comments section of how you're already doing it, and that will give people ideas who want to do this of some of the things that they can do. But I've always believed in treating people the way that I want to be treated, and I've always been, one of the things my mother used to always tell me, and I have always done this, she used to say, whenever someone is trying to tell you something or show you something or teach you something, you should always listen, because even if you think you already know, you might learn something new. And it's so true, because some things you might know, but there might be a little tidbit in there that you had never heard of, had no idea. And by listening and allowing that person to share with you without cutting them off, put you in a situation now to find another jewel to stick in your bag and to pass on to someone else. I've always lived by that. And she used to say that a lot. No matter how much you think you know, if somebody's trying to show you something, you should always listen. And I've had that come in handy before. People will start to try and explain something or go over something, and I'm familiar with it, and I'm like, right. And then I just remember that saying, and I just let them finish. And then if it's something, nothing new that they share, no love lost, no time lost. It's just, okay, I knew that, and I already know how to handle that. Or there's something they tell you that you didn't know applied or could be possible, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I'm glad I listened, and found out something new. And I will definitely get on that or try that or share that, whatever is applicable. I'm really not right here trying to be difficult. But you notice, guys, on my hair, I am just smoothing everything in. I'm not combing as much. I just find this is so much easier and less prep when I do anything to my hair. This olive oil really keeps my hair soft, and I don't use a whole lot of it at all. But when I do this on a regular basis, it lasts. Like tomorrow morning, my hair is going to be really soft, but you can see for the most part it's still dry. I'm not going to go to bed with wet hair. It's just super slightly damp. It's just such a hint of moisture. It's not even funny. And in these winter months, it's perfect because I don't want a wet pillowcase, a bunch of product leaking off into it, and I don't want just wet hair that's gonna allow me to get sick throughout the night, because I am not trying to get sick. I hate being sick in winter time. Okay, I don't have much left on my camera, so I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. And I know I was saying I don't go to bed with wet hair, so I don't want to be sick over the winter months because it's so cold. So this is how I combat that, and it keeps my hair nice and soft and moist. I'm gonna finish the back and then I'm gonna come back because I don't have that much left on the camera. I'll just give some quick snippets. Put that in there. This piece. So those are definitely words to live by. It can only improve your life as well as the life of others whom you just choose to share yourself with, which is a very valuable resource, yourself. Don't forget that. Don't devalue yourself. Know your worth, know your importance. Before I forget, for the contest, if you want to win this clip that I've been using, just enter "I want that clip" in the comment section and I will pick a winner. I'll have all the rules and the details in the description. I may try to put it across the screen here as well. I like to keep my giveaways nice and simple. This is the first of, I think, 4 or 5, maybe 6. I can't remember how many I bought. But if you're interested in winning this clip, then just put "I want that clip" in the comment section. And I will put the rest of the details in the description box or somewhere in the video. I'm running out of not battery, but memory on this card, and I don't want to have to go and upload and come back over, so I'm going to see you in a minute. So I just want to say thanks for watching, Curlfriends. It's good to be back. I'm going to try and be consistent, and if you like this clip, again, put "I want that clip" in the comment sections, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, I'll just talk until the camera or till the memory runs out. Be patient with my editing right now. I'm still learning the software, and my intros and outros aren't as smooth. My titles and all that stuff might look a little crazy because I'm exploring a lot of the features, trying to see how they work, because that's the best way to learn how to use it. So I imagine over time my videos will get better. And in the meantime, if you see a lot of weird craziness happening, it's because I'm still learning the software. If you see abrupt endings, if you don't see my normal thanks for watching at the end, just know it's all a little bit too complicated for me right now. But as I learn it, I will improve the quality of my videos, and hopefully they'll be better than they've ever been, because this computer, I like it. It's nice. It has a lot of features. I can make my own music. And it is pretty simple once you start doing it. I couldn't explain it right now, but I can fudge my way through it. I want to get to the point where I can explain what I'm doing and why this is happening versus that happening. And I just want to add as well that this olive oil helps keep a little shine on my hair. It doesn't look so dry and dull, which is another reason that I'm loving using this on a regular. Because when you have color on your hair, it has a tendency, it's extra drying and it starts to look dull. So I like the little luster that I get. I don't use too much, but it keeps just enough on there so that my hair doesn't look too dried out. And that's all I have to say. I'm surprised that my memory card has not run out yet, so I'll just go ahead and finish this last section, put my stretcher on, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching, and I plan to get back on track, putting these up every Sunday. That's the goal. So we'll see every time I get on track, it seems like something else always is waiting around the corner to happen. hopefully that won't happen this time. I think I'm pretty set. So let's keep our fingers crossed, because I've got those giveaways. I'm going to give away more bandana head wraps as well. I bought a few more of those to give away. So if you don't win this first one, I think I'm giving away about 4 more of those as well. So stay tuned, and I hope that you guys are having a great day or morning or lunchtime, whatever time it is that you're watching this video. And I pray that all is well with you and your family and with your spirit. And remember, your most valuable resource is yourself. Don't ever forget that. You'd be amazed at the things you can do for someone and not even hand them anything. But just giving of yourself. Words to live by, and I definitely speak from experience on that. Okay, so let me wrap this up, and then all I do is put on my bonnet. I take these 2 right here, just put them up, take these 2, tie them up loosely, I don't want anything too tight. Then I put my bonnet on, and I's goods to go. And that's all she wrote. So, like I said, I know this looks a little seely from the color purplish, but it does the job. So, there we go. I didn't run out of memory. After all, I had to go and delete some old footage. So, I guess that was just the right amount that I needed to get through. And now, what time is it? I can go hop in bed. The time is 3:39. I know that's backwards. 3:39 in the a.m. So I would say it's time for me to go to sleep. And if you're up at this hour, you need to go to sleep too. See you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.